Welcome to Rate the Audits, where public interactions with officials are highlighted, examined and discussed with a focus on accountability and awareness. This episode features content from Auditor Matt 12128, so make sure to check out the link below and subscribe to his channel for full credit and support. In this episode, Matt is outside a police station recording marked vehicles when officers approach, ask a few questions and then leave. At first, everything seems routine until two more officers arrive and engage further with him. The situation becomes more tense as Matt asserts his rights and makes it clear that he understands the law and the boundaries of what he is allowed to do.
I just do this for a sort of hobby, and like I say, I just go around doing this, so I tend not to give my name out all the time because people are always asking me. I just don't want it running.
Obviously, we just want to make sure nothing untoward's going on. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Well, there isn't. It's only pictures of the marked cars. It's car pictures. Like I said, I don't want to give me surname out. I'd rather not. I'm only taking some pictures of the police cars.
As my colleague explained, obviously it's a bit odd you're doing like mock.
It's not odd. Have you not seen on like YouTube and Flickr and stuff?
But not outside police bases.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've seen loads of videos of police cars whizzing down the road and stuff.
Yeah.
They're not coming out of police bases.
If you go on YouTube and you Google any police station, you'll see videos of it.
Is that from you or from other people?
Well, no, from loads of people. Yeah, I do, but again, it's not something I give out because it's obviously you get people commenting on the videos and stuff, and it's just I sort of like keep it private for a small audience.
Right from the start, the officers reveal their poor understanding of public rights by immediately fishing for details. Instead of assessing the situation calmly, they jump straight to asking for the auditor's surname simply because they find his activity odd. This approach shows a clear lack of professionalism and proper policing. Just because something seems unusual to them doesn't automatically justify demanding personal information. The problem here is that the officers are letting their personal discomfort dictate their actions rather than relying on legal grounds. In policing, something being unfamiliar or uncommon does not mean it's suspicious or illegal. Officers should be well aware that the right to film in public is protected, and being uncomfortable with it doesn't change that.
Yeah.
And I have said before, but all I'm concerned about is that you're videoing officers' private cars, which again, you know, we can't really stop you doing.
Yeah.
Because you just said that if those people were that way inclined, they would just simply come down here and do it themselves. So how do I know that's not what you're here for?
Well, that could be the case for anyone that walks past.
I think I'm perfectly entitled to stop and ask you what you're doing and why you would do that.
Yeah, I know, and you have done, and I've told you. This is what I'm saying.
We're trying to obviously make sure nothing untoward's happening. Giving me your surname.
How can anything untoward happen?
I mean, are you deliberately after confrontation with the police? Is that
if I was after confrontation with the police, I'd be giving you hell now. So no, obviously not.
I've not said you're breaking any laws or anything like that. I've not asked you to stop. I've not tried to...
No, that, yeah, but if you say that I'm after confrontation, I'd admit, I'd sort of say I wouldn't be being civil with you, I'd just tell you to bugger off sort of thing.
What the officer overlooks is that the auditor's calm explanation and willingness to engage actually show the opposite of confrontation. In reality, the auditor demonstrates exactly what you would expect from someone confident in their rights by being open, transparent and cooperative. The concern arises from the officer approaching the situation with a preconceived notion that anyone recording police property must have negative intentions. Instead of recognizing the auditor's respectful approach, he interprets it as hostility simply because he is uncomfortable with being filmed. This kind of assumption reflects bias and undermines professionalism in matters of public accountability. Officers should understand that civility and openness are not signs of conflict but rather indicators of someone who knows and respects their rights.
Point of view, I don't understand why you would want a video. I mean, the marked cars, like I said, is fine.
Yeah.
Just making sure you're not videoing private officers' cars. That's all.
You can't make sure of that though, can you?
Well, all right, I can't stop you doing it. No.
Right, I've said I'm not going to. I've no reason to.
But you won't show me that you've
Well,
not been...
I'm recording at the moment. No, I can't stop my video. I give you my word, I will not get any, even if they're really nice cars, I will not put them on. And if there is any by accident, I will blur the number plates out. I'll do this with other people if they say, because a lot of them do have concerns about private cars and things. And I say, yeah, no problem, I can understand that. I can blur it out.
People that would want to maybe cause us harm and stuff like that, and you know, it's just not...
I get your concerns with it, yeah. But you've got my word, no private vehicles will go on the internet or anything like that, or not even on my own camera, regardless. It's just marked cars, that's all it is.
This moment highlights just how reasonable and transparent the auditor is throughout the interaction. He goes beyond what is legally required to show respect and cooperation. When the officer expresses concern about private vehicles being recorded, the auditor reassures him that he has no intention of including them in his footage. He even promises that if any number plates appear by accident, he will blur them out. This thoughtful response demonstrates that the auditor is not there to cause problems or invade anyone's privacy, but rather to document responsibly. The issue is that the officer does not acknowledge this good faith effort. Instead of recognizing the fairness and consideration being shown, he remains focused on justifying his discomfort and continues pressing for personal details.
And stuff, our pictures.
So, I've been listening. We have had people down here.
All right, yeah.
And sometimes these people are fixated people, so they may have mental health problems, they may be obsessed with the police,
yeah.
They may wish to do police officers harm. People's temper, people's mood can change, people are not being stopped and spoken to. So this
I think you've worked that out with a pair of yous that I'm perfectly alright and I don't mind being spoken to.
I don't know you at all. I know the border police have stopped someone out here who was armed with a knife, and he had come down here specifically to cause harm to the police, which is why we're speaking to you now, to make sure you're not one of these fixated people who's going to do us harm.
Definitely not. But I say, I've explained what I'm doing. I'm just here to take pictures and some videos.
So this response from the officer is incredibly telling and frankly disturbing. When the auditor calmly asks whether anyone has recorded at the police station before, the officer could have simply said, "No, we haven't had people recording here before." Instead, he immediately responds with, "We have had people down here before," but then takes it in a completely different direction by saying, "Those people were fixated, may have mental health problems, may be obsessed with the police, and may wish to do police officers harm." This isn't just a bizarre leap in logic. It's an intentional attempt to associate lawful recording with dangerous behavior. Rather than acknowledging that filming from a public space is legal and that auditors frequently do this across the country, he immediately draws a comparison to unstable or harmful individuals.
That's right-wing terrorism as well, that's why we've come out to speak to you.
Right, you should be all aware you've had memos regarding people doing photos and videos. They're all over YouTube, so that's what I'm doing.
That's fine. You don't get your ID on them?
No, you're not getting me ID, you're not getting me details. No. And even if I did, you wouldn't be getting it.
Why is that though?
Because you're not entitled to it.
Just do a bit more.
Was I alright with you about it, you two? I was perfectly fine, wasn't I?
You were perfectly fine.
Explained everything, yeah. I even helped the chap who got stuck in there. Got myself grazed knees, guys.
Yeah. So what's your first name? Sorry. Matt.
Yeah.
The issue we've got, Matt, is you've travelled all the way from north.
It doesn't matter where I've travelled from. It doesn't matter if I've travelled from. It doesn't matter if I've travelled from France to do it.
Road, I can understand why it brought you to here.
It doesn't matter. I could come here from 1,000 miles away just for the day and it won't matter. If I want to do that, I'll do it.
I understand, mate. It's my job is to sort of confirm who you are and why you're here.
It's not your job to confirm who I am and why I'm here. No, it's not. It's none of your.
The officer trying to frame travel distance as suspicious is completely misguided. Just because someone has come from far away doesn't automatically make their actions suspect or unlawful. People travel for countless reasons. Tourism, personal interest, or simply because they can. The officer's fixation on where the auditor came from shows a lack of objectivity and an attempt to grasp at straws to justify heightened suspicion. What's more concerning is how the officer seems to equate distance traveled with intent, as if coming from another area somehow makes criminal activity more likely. This line of thinking is not just flawed but borderline discriminatory. It's an attempt to escalate a situation that should have remained simple and straightforward.
Then what I'm doing to these guys, don't come down here and tell me I'm only allowed to come down and take pictures if I'm local or if I'm staying in a hotel, etc, or I'm here on are you listening?
I think this is enough
He's not. I've been nice to you guys. I've told you what I'm doing.
Not to be nice to these.
Right, no, he's coming up and he's demanding the ID and he's suggesting that I'm not allowed to do it, etc. Have you got some ID, mate?
Like I've already explained to you, we do get fixated people that do hang around the police stations and they do want to do us harm. Alright? So,
with a camera, we've already been through this.
Yeah, we have. However, I think so, yeah. You've attracted another set of police officers' attentions, haven't you?
Yeah, just let me speak to these guys.
But if you speak to the uniform officers, because I'm speaking to my colleague.
Right, well, I was going to say, if you're going to detain me and search me, there's going to be a lawsuit because it's an unlawful detainment and an unlawful search. No, if she's going to detain me, then crack on. No, unless she's detaining me.
If you've got any weapons.
Okay, Matt, at the moment it's time for search section.
After all the explanations and the auditor clearly outlining his right, the officers still decide to detain and search him under Section 1 of PACE. This decision is not just heavy-handed, it's completely unjustified. Section 1 of PACE allows officers to stop and search a person if they have reasonable grounds to suspect they are carrying stolen or prohibited items. What makes this even worse is the context. The auditor had been transparent, civil, and cooperative throughout the entire interaction, clearly stating his intentions and even offering reassurances regarding private vehicles. Despite this, the officers chose to escalate by using stop and search powers without any credible suspicion. Filming police vehicles, which are public property in a public space, does not provide reasonable grounds to believe someone is carrying prohibited items. It's a blatant misuse of PACE to assert control rather than to address any genuine criminal activity.
The reason you're detained for a search is because we've seen you observing. You said you're filming cars, yet you're watching, after telling us you're filming cars, you're watching the passenger gate. I also suspect you might be the same person that's been, information has suggested they've been outside police spaces before. So I'm searching you for weapons. My name's PC Winkworth, I'm from Chadwell Heath Traffic Garage. In the search, you're entitled to a copy of the search record. Are you okay with my search by myself, or would you like a male officer to conduct the search?
No,
excellent.
Say that, my name's Peter McDarby. Okay, unfortunately, I want to go back to that side, okay?
I'm just going to undo your top there. You've got a t-shirt underneath. Just going to feel around your waistband. I'm not dropping your pants or anything like that, just feeling around it, okay? Could you turn around for me, please, Matt? Thank you.
Don't just turn it on.
Matthew, for future reference, when officers speak to you, if you just obviously give them all your details.
I don't have to give him my details, pal.
What I'm saying, Matthew, so it's better for you. So if I'm going to record outside police stations, just give them all your details.
I'm not going to be giving any of my details. I don't have to. What did you say your name was again, or your number?
McDarby.
Right, you're going to be getting...
This statement from the officer is absolutely outrageous and shows a complete misunderstanding of citizens' rights. After completing the search and finding nothing, just as expected, the officer tells the auditor, for future reference, when officers speak to you, give them all your details. This is not just incorrect, it's dangerous advice that completely disregards the fundamental right to privacy. In the UK, members of the public are not legally required to give their personal details to the police unless they are being detained under specific legislation such as Section 50 of the Police Reform Act or when driving a vehicle. In this situation, the auditor was filming marked police vehicles from a public space, an activity that is entirely legal and does not warrant personal disclosure. The fact that the officers found nothing during the search only proves that their initial grounds were baseless.
You will get retrained on this. You'll get told, you'll get brought up to date on the procedure for this.
I think you need to update yourself.
I don't need to, you'll be getting updated. What was your number again?
254 730 even.
Right, and you'll be getting retrained. And you'll be getting spoken to. No, this is serious.
It is very serious.
Right?
As my colleagues explained, in the current climate, we can't be...
The current climate, you need to stop using the current climate. You're going to get that took off you like... You are going to get that took off you like you did with the previous terrorism act.
Matthew, you work?
It's none of your business. Listen,
You're asking us questions.
I'm allowed to.
Able to ask, and I'm able to ask you questions.
Right, and I'm declining.
You're being difficult.
No, I'm being difficult since you searched me, unlawfully searched me. No, I wasn't. I've got it on video, love. It'll be going on YouTube and people will see how nice I was to them. And then they will see what tyrants you are.
You could have easily explained.
I'm not obliged to. I did. Did I explain why I was here? Bearing in mind it's on camera.
I've said yes, you did.
Yes, I did. So there you go. I spoke on this camera and I told you that I told these guys what I was doing. So don't say that I didn't tell you.
But then you could have offered them that information, that evidence.
I'm not obliged to.
No, I know you're not, but to be less difficult.
No, you don't just search someone just because your butt hurt. It's simple as that, and that's all it comes down to. Your butt hurt. You're upset. Your feelings are hurt because I won't give me details out. These two will be getting retrained and you'll be getting spoken to.
Thank you, I look forward to it.
Right, would you like to say anything to the viewers watching about your unlawful search? Section 1 of PACE you searched me on. Yeah?
Matthew, I suggest if you just move on.
No, I will stay here all day if I want to, pal, and you won't do a thing about it. Alright?
Okay. Right, take it, Matthew.
Off you go.
Try to get one over, Matthew.
I won't. Say hello to your family and friends on YouTube, pal. The tyrant. You're right, I'm got no issues with you. I was alright with you, but he's a prat.
Right.
One of the biggest mistakes throughout this episode was how the officers jumped straight to demanding personal details without any real grounds. Instead of having a calm conversation, they instantly saw the camera as suspicious despite the auditor being clear about what he was doing. It's a classic example of officers fishing for information just because they didn't like being recorded. Another ridiculous moment was when one of the officers questioned why the auditor had traveled from another area, implying that distance somehow made it suspicious. It's just a weak excuse to make his presence seem more problematic than it was. And let's not forget the officer who tried to link the act of filming to mental health issues or potential danger. Instead of recognizing that filming marked vehicles is completely legal, he tried to paint it as something sinister just to make the auditor look bad. The most shocking moment came after the search when an officer actually said, "For future reference, when officers speak to you, give them all your details." That statement is completely wrong and shows a worrying lack of understanding. You're not legally required to give your details just because an officer asks, unless they have specific legal grounds. The fact that the officer made this claim after finding nothing illegal just shows how desperate they were to justify their actions. This whole encounter could have been resolved quickly if the officers had just respected the auditor's right to film and listened to his explanation. Instead, they let their biases and assumptions take over, leading to an unnecessary detention and search. The auditor knew his rights and wasn't intimidated. And in the end, it's clear that the officers just didn't know how to handle someone who wouldn't back down. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue with my independent coverage. Also, don't forget to check out Auditor Matt. His channel is linked in the description. Show him some love. Thanks for watching. This was Rate the Audit and I'll see you in the next.